A very good afternoon to all of you. The editor of Sportstar, Shri Ayan Sen Gupta ji, the Chief Revenue Officer of the Hindu Group, Shri Suresh Balkrishna ji. There are a lot of people whom I know who have been awardees in their own frames, picking up awards and laurels for Goa. I can see Brahmanand over here, who's an Arjuna awardee and quite a legend as far as football and Goa goes. So Shri Brahmanand Shinkwadkar, all my friends from the different sports associations, members from the sports fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to be here amongst all of you for this wonderful conclave. When it touches with the word of sports star, I think I go back to my old school days. Neville and I have studied together right from first standard. So I was just asking him, isn't this the same sports star we used to actually grip on and see? किती influence मारून आमचे नाव येऊंक शकता काय म्हणून तेन्नाय बी. It was a time then I used to be playing cricket and basketball representing the state. Neville used to play table tennis. He was in the first three in Goa. And we used to find opportunities to see how best we can come onto the press or mediums of press, not knowing those days that someday I would be in politics on this forum and talking in this same language, how it would have been that time. Goa over decades has produced a lot of legends. And I always say that sports, although we Goans are very talented. When Pearl came here, and she wouldn't hold a mic this time, but I'm pretty sure the next time she'll pick up the mic from you. Because we have this particular talent which we have showcased throughout the world, whether it's music, art, sports, in various forms. I think if Brahmanand was in today's scenario playing the same football he played those days, I think he would have been a world player somewhere, out of India, out of Goa, playing for some countries there. We follow European football, we know what it is, we talk about things, we talk about following these things because smartphones have made our life more easier. We follow sports, we follow people. And so if I talk about football again, Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the most liked fellow with 7 or 8 million followers and whatever you have in that. But come back to Goa, I think here I am today to talk about Goa as a sports tourism destination, which we still feel people talk need to be discovered. Personally, this is my third term and over the last 3 terms as an opposition or ruling, we have ensured that the youth get a drive. We are today moving between technology and people with ground activities. And it's very important for us to ensure that there is a level playing opportunity for everybody. And most of these our people as players come from villages. So Goa over last few years, whether it has been Lusophonia games, whether it has been national games, it has been trying to put its infrastructure in place in its own domain, the way we could actually look at sports. We never spoke about sports tourism. So sports was one department, tourism was one department, technology was one department. And end of the day, Goa becomes a preferred destination to get your holidays right. You come to Goa to have a pleasant stay because there are a lot of creativity and a lot of things happening by default in a state like Goa with its pristine beaches. So when this government came in, we started talking about what opportunities we can. And I can today say that we are not talking only about the sun, sand and sea. Today we are going beyond the beaches. So we are coming with a hashtag of Goa Beyond Beaches. In this competitive part of the country where the Prime Minister is moving very aggressively to place Bharat in a different position, it becomes a responsibility for all of us to start re-looking at the whole mode of what we have been doing as states. Tourism has been the main economic driver for Goa, contributing to roughly about 16.43% of the GDP and creating roughly about 30-35% of direct and indirect employment. This economic vertical cannot keep being on a monotonous state where we come, talk about beaches, talk about only that part. COVID times made people think differently. We started talking about work from home. So we said, let's use the opportunity, and we said, hashtag vacation Goa. So we said, let the people come to Goa and start working. And from there, the whole part and the story of tech tourism started. Today, digital nomads have found a space in Goa, using their time, their energy, staying away from the companies. One is international companies who incentivize them to come to a location they can choose and work. For by default, they choose Goa. And second is the people who would want to work in the creative space. They come to Goa and they have been working here. Today, ambitiously, we are looking on an international digital nomad visa platforms to integrate more of this culture. Roughly 46 countries have picked up this domain, and we as Bharat, it is not only for Goa to gain, it is for the whole country to gain. And that's why we have started pitching ourselves in that fraternity. So from sun, sand and sea, we added software to it. That was the fourth S. And then we thought about why not the fifth S, and that is sports. So today when Goa talks, we talk about sun, sand, sea, software and sports. So the 5S drivers are actually moving things for all of us. Then we started thinking about how best we can. We have the seas, we have great pristine waters, the beach. As we move to the hinterlands, today we are talking about adventure, we are talking about wellness, we are talking about spiritualism, we are talking about Goa being a wedding destination, we are talking about promoting MICE tourism, and many more verticals which can add flavor as we start moving on the mantra of quality over quantity. Per capita spend is something this government is looking at. And along with the per capita spend, we need to ensure that the next future generation, when we are 75 years of Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav and 25 years of Amrit Kal, these 25 years of Amrit Kal becomes very important for our generation to ensure that the next generation, which will be in this stage in the 25 years, are going to get the best of Bharat and the best of the place they stay in. So today, as Sportstar comes with this conclave, you guys must have had great panel discussions from morning. I don't know how much Goa came into for discussions. Goa is a small place, but had a lot of weight. Not in size, but in the way we drive ourselves. Atiti Deva Bhava we believe in, and we ensure that hospitality at its best can be there. Anybody coming from outside Goa has any complaints? Sorry? All coming from outside Goa, right? But then I can see some people, I think they might be from outside Goa. Anyway, coming back to the topic, since there are associations here, we picked up on a couple of new ideas which could generate thoughts. And that is why this particular year, we saw the coming of Ironman 70.3, Goa, that started. We have had 2 editions from this particular event which could actually promote and look at endurance and adventure. We had athletes from all across the globe coming down for this event, roughly about total data, and the report which was shared to us was roughly about 3,300 athlete visitors, which also had their families, their supporters, their volunteers, and VIP guests. So roughly, if I talk about economics, we roughly translated this into about 15,500 room nights for the hotel industry. These 3 editions of Ironman has seen about people from 50 countries coming into India and Goa and participating. Then we had the World Table Tennis. When the World Table Tennis event was coming in, they decided Bharat, then we said, why not Goa? I think Neville here also has been doing a lot of work to ensure, as a table tennis player, he was able to get it here. But this Goa's vibrant spirit absolutely complemented the fast-paced action on the table, creating an unforgettable experience for many, the spectators and the participants. In the World Table Tennis event that took place, we roughly had about 10,000 spectators, about 200 world-ranked players, about 700 foreign delegates, and about 150 coaches. So here we could see a revenue, immediate direct revenue through GST, to roughly about 1 crore of rupees, and a footfall about 15,000 room nights. As we started progressing, we started thinking, why not still look at it? And then we had the opportunity to host the World Pro Beach Volleyball Championship, which was on the beach. So all you had to add was a dash of sun, sand, and athleticism to our vision. So as we took this, and the thrill of the competition was very different. This attracted athletes from roughly over 30 countries. Then we had the International Purple Fest 2024, which gives this thought of Goa being very inclusive in terms of as we have the right spirit of sports, incorporating these inclusive sports activities and competitions that brings together individuals of all abilities, fostering teamwork, resilience, and celebrating the transformative power of sports. The impact of national games and Lusophobia games have already been speaking to you. A lot of money has gone into the infrastructure, and I believe my friend sports minister is likely to be there in the evening, so he may be speaking more on this particular domain. What I'm trying to put across to you is that we need to have a lot of sports in the water that we always brag about. We talk about having many opportunities, but here since there are associations are there, I would love to give this shout out to all the associations here to ensure that we start working out of that particular rectangular box that we are in, thinking about yet माझ्याकडे जाता आणि yet माझ्याकडे जातले. Third is सरकार करतलो काय ना. I think after taking the tourism portfolio, we have kept our hands, eyes, feet, everything open to ensure that we are able to invite the best. So whether we are talking about hosting events in sailing, rowing, or swimathons, I think these are some of the things which we have water by nature. All we need to do is pull it in. I was at the ATM Dubai, and this travel mart in Dubai allowed me to share some thoughts with the people from Sharjah. It's a quite an interesting story. We talk about Goa being a tourism destination, preferred tourism destination. If we do not get our regulations right, if we don't get the transparency right and keep ourselves accountable to the tourist, with competition and with the initiatives of the people or the countries that have been, Goa can lose in the long run. And if we need to put these things together, we need to put our act together. It's always a shout ki sarkar kitne karta kai म्हणून. Today, as I stand here, I can say like 1.5 years of tireless efforts with the industry, with the Goa Tourism Board, where we have stalwarts of the industry participating, talking about what needs to be done for the tourism in equal numbers along with the government. We have not left any stone unturned. When it comes to regulations, driving sports in the water sports or whatever rest of the things are, we expect that same particular support to come from the industry, to be collaborative and work towards a positive goal of ensuring that म्हाका कितें आनी म्हजें कितें करच्या पेक्षा म्हज्या गोंयाक कितें आनी म्हज्या देशाक कितें म्हणलें, I think we'll be able to pull a lot of more opportunities. Opportunities are coming and sometimes we are rethinking. And coming back to Sharjah, what I was talking to you about, it was quite a new opening when I saw the Dubai stall. They were rethinking about tourism. We went to the Saudi stall. They were absolutely rethinking about the whole tourism because they have realized this whole concept of oil has got a selective time. And the whole economy on people who are driving with oil have realized that they need to change their thoughts. Countries which have been conservative have started thinking with an open mind. Countries like Saudi has been talking about Red Sea projects, things like a mirror corridor, things which can attract tourists. And also in terms of sports, have the best of it. If you want the best of the footballers, I think you can find them more in Saudi than the European countries or equally. Today when we go there and Sharjah talks about the F1 powerboat racing, right? They're talking about a F1 powerboat racing. And the competition was there somewhere in the first week of December. An international competition. It saw a lot of footfalls. A lot of people came in. New economics were worked upon. And this is the way I'm trying to put it across to you. These new thoughts can give new opportunities. New opportunities can allow us to drive new economies. And new economies can create new forms of employment. Now it is for us to sit together and understand what are the challenges and which challenges we can convert into opportunities for all, whether it is the industry or whether it is the government. And I would also give a shout out to the academia here, who has been talking about putting a lot of policies, things together. There are a lot of work to be done. We have been doing our part. And today as the Sportstar conclave comes in, a lot of these thoughts which I have shared across must have come in the discussions in the morning, or I assume that they might be coming in the second half because people who have given themselves to sports, keeping it as a career when there was no career opportunities, are existing in this room. Today the next generation like Pearl can start talking and thinking about making sports as a not only as a passion and a hobby, but a career. This never existed during our times or my predecessors. I'm not standing here and saying I'm an old guy. But we didn't have a thought to say that how boro football kheta, how boro cricket kheta, that I may get opportunities or I may not get. Jonathan is here representing FC Goa. We have taken FC Goa to our Pororim constituency and we train, we allow FC Goa to train, but at the same time, with the collaborative thought we had, we made FC Goa train the under 10, under 12, under 14, under 16, up to 16 years of age. So the product which comes from that particular age is the product which we need to create for every state to be promoted. These national games we could talk as Goa being in the list of medals which never spoke in this volume like earlier. And as we progress with a very good thought in terms of promoting sports and tourism together, whether we call it sports tourism or tourism through sports or sports through tourism. End of the day, it should be a win-win effort for any state to pick up and work on it. Goa has taken it seriously because we feel that we have the natural ingredients to stitch these things to make Goa ideal sports destination. I take this opportunity to, as I share my thoughts, to convey my best wishes to the whole Sportstar group, to the Hindu group, people who are here, to all my friends from the sports associations and members from the sports fraternity. I'm very happy that you have had this conclave in Goa. A lot of thoughts must have come in, and as these thoughts transit into making things into more concrete and possible manner, I think we are here to assure you that whatever way we can be to promote sports tourism, we are available. I would look at a collaborative effort coming from Sportstar and the Hindu group also to give these right thoughts. We have a PR agency on board. We have everything on board, but things is that the way people read and the perception creation has to be done by everybody. The associations, magazines like Sportstar and governments like us who can work together and make it good and going. गोंय आमचे सोबीत आसाच, गोंय आमचे सुवर्ण करूया आणि गोल्डन गोवा करतले जाल्यार everybody will find a space. We need to work towards it, and as we work towards it, I am sure that all of you all will do your part as a responsible citizen of the state or of the country to contribute your little part to ensure that we create this space. We have started working on regenerative tourism, and we talk about I as a regenerative tourist. So when we talk about regenerative tourism, we talk about economics, we talk about society, we talk about environment, and we talk about everything that can allow things to groom in the right way for the next generation to keep. Once again, as I convey my best wishes to Sportstar, I would also like to give hearty congratulations to Pearl, her whole family, who has created a testimony in her own way of talking about Nari Shakti or Mahila Shakti, or in terms of driving women empowerment. Pearl, congratulations. Wish you all the best. Next time you get the award, I'm pretty sure you're going to take the mic and talk more than me. Wish you guys all the best. Thank you.